Hello and welcome back to Summit Strength and Fitness. Today we're going to be doing something very similar to what we did a couple weeks ago, where we had Coach Patrick taking Coach Shelby through some climbing drills to target a specific area of improvement she noticed in her climbing. And today we're going to be doing a similar thing, but with Coach Kubi, our owner, and Coach Alex. I believe Keith is going to be taking Alex through some brutal conditioning, so let's get right into it.
What's up, digital world? I'm Keith Kubisa, also known as Coach Kubi. I'm the founder, owner of Summit Strength and Fitness and strength coach, trainer here. Today, we're putting my brand new client through a sport-specific strength and conditioning routine. What we're going to be doing, a little bit of post-activation potentiation, going into some anaerobic conditioning. So that's going to not necessarily sport-specific, but thinking more towards like athlete development. Because that's what my background is athletics, team sports, and moving into the sports you see me do now. So that's what we'll be going through with my client Alex today.
I'm Alex. I'm one of the trainers here. I mostly focus on mobility and like calisthenics and different skills like that. So I've dabbled in what we're about to do today, at least from what I know.
Don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, a little nervous.
Alex is nice and warmed up, but typically I'll get on the bike or some sort of easy cardio machine for 5 minutes or so to do a general warm up, get the blood flowing. Time to converse with my clients, see how they're feeling today. Gonna change their plan from there if need be, based on how they're looking, how they're feeling on that. After that, we'll come off the bike, get into more of a general warm up, more like unilateral mobility type warm up, and then go into a specific warm up. So since we're going to be doing deadlifts after this, you put that band on your ankles. Some glute activation. So the thing we use here all the time for everyone, pretty common warm up. We start with monster walks. So with the monster walks, Alex will start keeping the feet just outside shoulder width apart, feet parallel with each other, help that glute activation, give that good athletic stance, just walking out. Go down about 50 feet or so, Alex. So it's that sled.
I don't know how far 50 feet is.
To the sled.
Okay, got it.
How tall are you? 6 feet? So good, yeah. Stop there, Alex. Stay facing the front door, walk backwards. 50 feet if you lay down and stack yourself up about 9.5 times. That's 50 feet.
Okay, got it.
Lateral walks, same concept, keeping the feet shoulder width apart, feet parallel with each other, walking out in the same spot, and then coming back, leading with the other leg. So it's important here, keeping your feet parallel with each other. That's the glute activation. Yeah, so again, this is part of what I'd say is the more targeted warm-up. Again, it's not specific because we're not doing deadlifts, but targeted. We're using the glutes, using the lower body. Next movement, single leg tip overs. We've been unilateral, using one leg. Not quite specific yet, but trending in that direction since the hip hinge. So with that single leg tip over, hold that weight in one hand and hinging at the hip. So as far as today, keep the weight in the same hand as the foot that's planted on the ground. Mm-hmm. And that way it's so you have to work harder to keep that hip closed. If you're using the opposite hand as the opposite foot, it's a little bit easier to keep your hips closed, but I want you using your glutes and hips to keep the hips closed. But hinging at the hips, and in order to keep that back hip closed, a good metric to measure yourself on is that back toe. Act as if you want that back toe point that back toe towards the ground. And almost act as if you're going past perpendicular to the ground, which will likely mean it's perpendicular to the ground. Just do 5 of those on each side. And then at the top of that movement, so next rep, Alex, when your weight's all the way at the ground, push your heel up a little bit, this back heel, your left heel. Yeah, the raised heel.
Got it.
Push that up towards the ceiling a little bit more.
Okay.
Get more activation in the hamstring, so come up a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Yeah, the extra little bit there. Just go 5 of those on each side. Today, just for the sake of the video, we're just gonna go 1 set on each side here. Typically go through a couple sets, and then after that we'll get into some more specific warm-up. So specific meaning deadlifts, doing actual deadlifts, but before getting into the working sets, because that's going to be the first chunk of our strength portion of today's strength and conditioning. Roughly, do you know what your 1 rep max is on the deadlift?
Like 380 maybe?
So we'll go, once we get into the working set, we'll go percentage about 80.
I mean 300.
80 or 85% of 400 pounds. But right now, again, just keeping it more warm up. Typically when I get into my now specific warm up, I don't care about reps so much as just feeling your body. So well under 50% 1 rep max here. And once you get going, Alex, just think, anywhere 5 to 10 rep range, but without, feeling like you're straining yourself too much, and then focusing on more velocity here, that just moving a little bit faster than you normally would. Standard deadlift, get the glutes activated. Yeah, 5 to 10, Alex, just focus on that rate, that velocity. Again, just thinking, still warm up, but just familiarize yourself with that movement pattern.
10.
Again, I keep saying this for the sake of today's video. If you are watching this whole thing from beginning to end, if you're doing this workout, do a few more sets, a few more reps. We're cutting a little bit short today. Because of that, we're not going to go full 80% of Alex's 1 rep max for this, for the sake of minimizing injury. Let's go. We'll just put another plate on, Alex, and this we're going to get into the post-activation potentiation. So we're going to do somewhere in the 80-85% 1 rep max range of a movement. I like using deadlifts and broad jumps we're going to do today. After that movement, you're going into something dynamic. So that's where we're going broad jump. So body weight, explosive power, being athletic with it. So we're going sub-maximal lift by maximum velocity on a movement. And typically when done correctly with these, when you have the numbers right, each round on that dynamic movement, so in today's instance, broad jumps, you're going to increase the distance on those said jumps for about roughly 5 rounds. So you'll get at least 3 rounds of increasing that distance. But we're gonna go 4 reps here, 4 reps on the broad jumps, take a little break, a couple minutes off in between. I keep it at like 90 seconds to 2 minutes, just for the sake of client time. So we only have an hour in a session. But if I had more time, we might go 4 or 5 minutes of rest in between. But and while I get the setup, Alex, let's go in place. Just go 5 squat jumps.
Squat jumps?
Yeah, and just warming up that dynamic movement.
Just like right here?
Yeah, actually, right here, please. Yeah, as far as deadlifts go, Alex, you good to go here?
I guess so, yeah.
Let's say 4 reps, and then each time on the jumps, we'll take about 20 seconds. So you don't have to go right into it, but take 20 seconds, keeping our measurement accurate. Your toes on the edge of the metal here. I go 4 jumps, each one as far as you can.
Okay.
On that 4th one, just hold it there, and I'll mark your heels.
Okay.
Like I said, in all the years I've been doing this format for well over 10 years, and everyone's gotten at least 3 rounds, most people 4, and it's like the 5th round that you don't increase that distance.
Okay.
If you're getting past 5 rounds, you're sandbagging somewhere, sandbagging on the jumps, or the weight wasn't.
And sandbagging means
You
can
sandbagging son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Means you're not giving it your all.
Okay, got it. Sandbagging. Yeah.
There's a touch and go, no pause on those deadlifts. Nice, Alex. Yeah, it'll take about 20 seconds walking up to that line. Take a few deep breaths. 4 jumps. Get as far as you can. Hold the 4th one. Nice, Alex. Good. And hold this next one. Nice and strong. Good, pause right there. There's your heels. Blue. Sweet. We'll take 90 seconds off. All right, Alex. Here we go. 4 and 4 again.
I think I need some positive affirmations from you, Keith. to like help me really.
Get your ass to that blue band or you're fired.
Yeah, that's close.
Yeah,
that's close.
is that?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Just positive, yes.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a? Okay, yeah, just wondering.
Yeah, just it's up there.
Stay positive. Okay, got
All right,
it.
time to go. Good, nice, strong, stable landing. Alex, squeeze the corner land.
It works!
Holy sh! It's a hump day miracle. 90 seconds off. There we go, Alex. Touch and go. About 20 seconds. Take us 2, 3, couple 2, 3 deep breaths. That could help. Yeah, so that's not going to help anything. Yeah. All right, Alex, get past this blue man. Full effort, grab it. Oh man, stretch it out, man. Woo! Stretch it out, man. Got it. An inch.
An inch.
We're still getting it. An inch to 2. Yeah, so for the sake of actually doing this as a full workout, not that Alex isn't working, I would go one more round with a client. Unless you want to do one more, but I took up your marker.
That's all right. I think we get the gist.
But like I said, at least 3 rounds. He got 3 rounds. My speculation is that next round he would probably be right on it again. But that's post-activation potentiation in a nutshell. All right, how you feeling, Alex?
Warm. Potentiated. Activated.
Potentiated, activated, all the above. All right, we'll go into some anaerobic conditioning. You hear it a lot in the CrossFit world, metcons, metabolic conditioning. Aerobic, meaning go long distance, a long period of time, keeping your heart rate as a sustained level. This is almost the opposite. So quick, fast bouts, getting your heart rate jacked up, being deprived of your blood, being deprived of oxygen,
Feeling
going
deprived.
full sufferfest. But I like to, from an athletic standpoint, I like to pair stuff like this a lot with active recovery. So a good way to think of active recovery, it's isometric holds, so planks, something you're still, your musculature is still working to stay up in the plank, but you're trying to slow down your heart rate. Try to take long, deep breaths, decrease that heart rate to get back to the anaerobic portion of things. For this, we're gonna use the SkiErg and ring planks. So on the SkiErg, you're gonna do 100 meters. Alex, so that should be 20 seconds or under. Full effort. As soon as you finish those 100 meters, you're gonna come over to the ring plank. You're staying on the ring plank for a minimum of 30 seconds. And so this is where some mental training comes into play. Once you hit 30 seconds, that's up to you to stay in the plank or come out of it. As soon as you come out of the plank, you're going right back to the SkiErg. Okay. So with these, obviously using your core, shoulders, everything to work, stay up in that plank, but you're trying to slow down your heart rate, take long, deep breaths, try to recover quicker to get back to that SkiErg. So it's finding that balance of what's too long on here, what's not long enough. We're gonna go today just 3 rounds total. Before one of my favorite conditioning tools we have at the gym, just because the simplicity of it, the ease of in and out. So doing sets
10
like this.
Levels of resistance.
10. You get all 10. Just the ease of it, the versatility of it. So today we're just going standard SkiErg, full effort, both hands, both feet on the ground, but we can switch it up to one leg, knee lean, sitting, wood choppers. But it's just for the sake of this, it's easy on and off versus the rower, strapping your feet in and out, so just back and forth, like minimizing time between. On your marks, get set, let her rip. Sean, hands up quick, fast. Down. There we go, Alex. Come on, hand side, full effort on each rep. Let's go. Come on, 2 pulls. And good, there it is, 17.7. All right, ring planks. Your goal, the ring planks. There we go. No, that's gonna be put on your
My headstone.
your placard. All right, so at least 30 seconds here, Alex. I'll let you know what 30 seconds, but I want you to focus on those long, deep breaths. Trying to decrease that heart rate. So the goal with this is, like, if we did this continually week after week, is we're focusing on decreasing this recovery time. So ideally down the road, you get to 30 seconds. You feel like you can get back to the full effort to maintain that 17.7. So just keep trying to take those long, deep breaths. We're not going too far. That's 30 seconds, Alex. So, all right, right back into it. All right, 17.7. Let's go, grab it and go, Alex, let's go. 17.7, watch that. If you want to know where you're at, watch that bottom number. That's your projected finish. Come on, let's go, quick. Oh man, he blew up like an atomic bomb. You just lost 2 seconds there. Back to the ring plank, you got one more. Start the timer, huh?
Yeah, I got it going in my head. We only got 5 seconds left.
Yeah. So that's to your detriment, and then you gotta go back to the SkiErg. SkiErg, last one. Last one.
Got it, coach.
Last one, then a 30-second plank again. Better be sub 20.
Last one.
Let's go, 19.7. Let's go. Come on, go, quick turnover. Alex, come on, 10 meters, 2 pulls. Yeah, good, brought it back. All right, one more 30-second ring plank, 18.2.
Last one.
Lucky for you, we're a quarter of the way done. All right, we're 30 seconds, Alex.
Okay, and start.
Let's go. And good, Alex. For the sake of today, we'll be done with that. But yeah, so then I'd take a longer break and repeat it again, maybe change up the isometric movement. Yeah, so that's a portion of it. It doesn't always have to be like SkiErg and isometric hold, but that's just the idea of getting heart rate up and then trying to minimize or reduce that heart rate while being active. So to finish up, skipping forward, just do a couple in Alex's realm of things, mobility type stuff, just to finish up here. So windmills, you know windmills, Alex? Let's do 5 windmills on each arm and then 10 good mornings. We'll just do 1 set on each arm
Good morning.
Today, but typically I go through a couple sets of that. Yeah. And with the windmills, for everyone watching, the arm locked out overhead. Whichever hand is holding the weight, your toes are going to point the opposite direction of that. So right arm's holding the weight, toes are pointing to the left. Stand it outside, shoulder width apart, just hinging at the hips. So just stretching the lat, hamstring, some shoulder mobility and stability all in one. So
why do they call them a windmill?
Oh, you ever seen a windmill?
Yeah, they don't look like this.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Windmill.
Yeah. Well, with the good morning, so basically it's a hinge, similar to a deadlift, but straight legs, stretching the hamstrings. As low as you can with that on your back.
Think of like a rising sun.
Don't want to call them good mornings?
Because the sun is right. I don't know. Tell me why.
Just think about how you, when you're old and
Good
stiff.
morning.
Yeah, when you're old and stiff, how you get out of bed in the morning. You fling your feet off, you tip forward and stand up.
That's the way to go.
Sweet. Well, yeah, that is the extent of today's workout. Like I said, maybe do a couple more sets of that. If you want to roll out, cool down on the bike, we'd hop into that. But that's a basic structure of how I'd put together a athlete-centered, athlete-focused type of workout. And again, that's all dependent on like where you're at in your season. Typically, I would do that and then leading up to your athletic competition, competitive season, no matter what the sport. Thanks.
Okay, so how did you like that experience?
Well, it's usually very uncomfortable, but I think you're not doing it for the comfort in the moment. You're doing it for the benefits afterwards. How do I feel now? Better, because I'm not doing that. anymore.
What do you think you'll take away from this experience?
I mean, anaerobic training is very important. I usually try to have at least one of these sessions per week. It's usually on our Friday workouts. And I usually leave it to Keith to program those.
All right, Keith, how did you feel about coaching Alex, and how do you think it went?
Well, I don't do that week. Well, I don't do that weekly. No, it's fun teaching someone that I know as well, like a experienced practitioner in the exercise and wellness sector of things. But giving them something new from a different perspective, just because we do have different backgrounds leading to this point. So it's
also, one of the important things about having a coach is, especially for like anaerobic training sessions, we can usually tell when you have a little bit more to give. We know when to soften up, ease up a little bit, and the coach can kind of help push you outside of that comfort zone safely. And you usually get a lot more benefit out of it than that way too.
Yep. Yeah, and echo what Alex is saying, like a good coach will recognize that and you and know what level to push you to without, just where it's not being too much, and they'll know how to scale the workout during the workout. Rarely do these type of workouts, rarely do I go 100% what I have on paper. I'm going into that workout. It's all going to scale to how I've seen my clients reacting. If you guys are looking for, are interested in training, there is availability, not only with myself and Alex, but Patrick, Shelby. We're looking at a couple new trainers, just because we want to continue to open up the gym to people for our learning and make this place about teaching and learning and not just coming in to do whatever. So, see you when I see you.
All right, so if you learned something, if you have any other questions or feedback or things you want us to cover next, let us know in the comments below. If you liked the video, give us a like. While you're there, make sure to hit subscribe. Check the description to find more of our content on other platforms. All of our personal trainers currently have space in their schedule to take on new clients, whether in person or even virtually. So we'd love to work with anyone that's interested. Keep working hard, and we'll see you again soon.